Okay, so a very good evening to everyone. So as all of you know that NABARD this time has introduced the psychometric test, right? Psychometric tests have been introduced by NABARD this time. And in the CS examination, that is RBI, that was held recently, in that also psychometric test was there. So in RBI, they have given the option to appear from the home or wherever you were located or situated. But this time NABARD has taken a decision so that you have to visit your examination center and you can give this psychometric test properly without anyone's help. That is the logic or rationale behind that, so that they have called you in the specific centers where you have appeared for the mains. So what are the things, right? This psychometric test, see, it's not very important, or they will not allocate some marks that will lead to disqualification, right? It is not like that. Just it is a test to understand you as per the needs of the organization, as per the needs of the organization. So every psychometric test, as per the need of the organization, the score will matter in that, right? That you're suitable candidate for that organization or not. So if you would applied for any other organization, say if you would applied for some clerical jobs, right? Then in that case, the psychometric test, whatever they wanted to look into would be different. But right now you are applying for the post of assistant manager, that you must every right minute, whenever you will be attempting this psychometric test, right? It should revolve that for which post you have applied while answering the questions. And the second thing is which organization you have applied, right? So these two things should always reverberate, resonate in your mind, that for which post I have applied and for which organization I have applied. Is it clear to everyone? The two facts that should revolve in your mind, the post and the organization. Say yes or no, be attentive in the session. Then only the rest of the things you will understand that yes, right? So the post you have applied for is assistant manager. That is a managerial post, right? This thing should be clear to you. Another thing is that the organization is what? The organization is NABARD. So what type of organization NABARD is? NABARD is a social organization. First, NABARD is mainly associated with developmental aspects. So this point, managerial post, the social nature of NABARD, the developmental role of NABARD. These three things will rule the overall psychometric test before whatever you choose, to get the best score possible, to create the best map of your mentality for the organization. First, managerial role of you will be inducted as manager. Next thing is the social needs of the NABARD or social role of the NABARD. Next thing is the developmental aspects of the NABARD. So this MSD, that is Mahendra Singh Dhoni, right? You can remember, should always, right, revolve in your mind while answering the psychometric test. So that when the chart will be prepared, when the map of yours will be prepared, that this person has, right, scored in which areas, how much, so that it gives a better reflection of yours or suitability of yours for the organization, right? This should always be there. Now coming on to psychometric test. See, there are different type of psychometric tests being held by different organization. It can be your personality test, it can be your logical based test, it can be your quantitative or reasoning based test. So multiple types of psychometric tests are there. But since you people already have been tested for this quantitative, logical, reasoning, all these aspects, so I don't think in the examination they will be asking you all this sort of question. Mainly whatever is left out is the personality. They want to know about your personality, because in interview in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, they cannot know everything about you. So they have deduced this method to know about your personality, your suitability for the organization. So psychometric test will try to evaluate or create a map of yours, chart of yours in different parameters. As I have already told in my Telegram channel also, that they will be interested to evaluate you based on the ocean criteria, the big 5 personality traits. So one by one, we will discuss. We'll take some of the questions that will help you to answer those questions in a better way, because as all of you know that this test is for 90 minutes. So I think the number of questions must be in between 100 to 120. They want to give you ample amount of time so that in a hurry, you do not mark what you did not know, right? Or what you do not want to mark. So they are giving you much time, but I think the number of questions will be around 100, 200 and 120 only. If it comes more than that, you will also be able to handle the questions. So this is one thing. Now coming on to other thing, this I told you, verbal reasoning, cognitive ability, logical reasoning, many types of psychometric tests are there. So this, I think they will not be asking you in the psychometric test. For NABARD 2024, we can take clue from which examination we can take clue from recently held RBI 2023 psychometric test. So basically what I have talked with the number of students, those who have already qualified, I think you people also have talked to your friends, right? Your seniors, those who have qualified RBI 2023. The questions were very easy in nature, right? And you would be able to answer most of the questions, right, by your own understanding. But there are a few things that we should take into consideration, because this time they are not giving 10-15 minutes like RBI. They will be giving you 90 minutes. So they want more precise answer from you, right? This was very short duration of time. Here they are giving much amount of time. So they want more refined and precise answers, or they want more precise map of yours in different parameters of this ocean, or many of you tell it as canoe parameters. So fastly we will discuss what are these ocean parameters, then we'll fastly move on to the questions that will help you to understand, right? So ocean openness, consciousness, extraversion or extroversion, many people say, agreeableness and neuroticism, right? This is a negative trait. These are all mostly positive, 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 positive. So here you should get a good score. Here you should get a less score in the charting, right? So first is the openness, right? So openness is measured on the two extremes, right? You are very open to the things and you are not very open to the things, right? So very open means you are flexible enough that you accept the things as it is happening. And low openness means you are very rigid. So any organization will not be wanting this type of person, those who have low openness. That is, score in this criteria, openness, O should be more, right? It should be more. That is your O criteria. Consciousness means your self-discipline, your self-control, and how many number of goals, right? How many number of goals? Listen it very carefully. This is important because this criteria, they will try to judge you by number of questions. Number of goals you focus at a time. Say there are two persons. One person is focusing at a time in one goal, right? Another person is focusing on a number of goals, right? A and B. So whom do you think is better person? The person A or person B? As per this consciousness criteria of ocean trait, who is better person, A or B? B is focusing on number of goals at a time. A is focusing on one goal at a time. So whom do you think that is better person here, right? So very good. All of you are saying A is a better person, because here what will happen if you focus number of goals at a time, then you will not be able to achieve your aim. It is better to focus on one goal at a time, accomplish it, right? And then move on to the other goal, then move on to the other goal. So this parameter is all about this, your self-discipline, your self-control, and how many number of goals you handle at a time. That should be taken into consideration. Then is extraversion or your social character. How much you gel up with your colleagues, how much you gel up with your seniors, how much you gel up with the farmers, how much you gel up with the rural people, how much you gel up with the other developmental agencies like state government, like central government. That is your extraversion or extroversion, right? It is just opposite of introvert, what we say in English. So extraversion, you should have more, right? Social behavior. You should gel up, you should team up with the other people so that you can accomplish or complete the task with everyone's thought process. It should not be, right, monarchy or autocracy. So this is your Next is your A criteria. O, C, E we have discussed. Next is your agreeableness, A. So work with the others, similar to your social character. If you will be social, you will be able to work with the others. You will hear to others' ideas, right? You will accept their ideas, right? And you will work with them. So mostly the E and A is overlapping. Next is your neuroticism. Neuroticism is your emotional stability. So here also a lot of questions will be there to test you that you are emotionally stable or not. If you see something, if you observe something, right, you lose your mental stability, right, and you will not be able to work. So you should have empathy, but having empathy does not mean that you are unstable. Having empathy is very good for the others, but if you lose your stability due to some mental situations, then it is not good for the organization. It is not good to take decision for the organization. So neuroticism, this is a negative parameter, as I already said. The score should be less in this, right? So this is all bookish things. More right difficult is how to apply these parameters when they ask in the form of questions, right? That is there. So we'll move on to how to apply this. We'll take some examples. I have given a number of sets. See the website that they will be using, from there I have picked up number of questions. I have given a list of those questions. You can practice after the session. We'll be discussing some 10-12 questions to make you understand how to opt for the options, right, in the examination. And also I've given one link from the website I've already shared in the Telegram. After watching this video, try to reattempt that test and try to observe how much score you are getting in each ocean parameter, right? So we will just jump onto those areas that is more important. So this is somewhat ideal score, right? But it varies from organization to organization. For which organization you are giving, as I told you, this 3 criteria MSD is important for NABARD, right? So this score will vary. It should not be like this only, right? So more you get your more scores in O criteria, we are open to new experiences. 96%. If somebody get this side, he's close-minded person, right? Next is your C criteria. If you're more conscientious, right, you are an organized person, right? Next is your, that I said you that you're handling one goal at a time. I gave one example to you. Next is your extraversion and introversion, that is introvert and extrovert. So extraversion is a good criteria, E. Next is your A, you're agreeable, right? You accept the ideas from the others. And last is neuroticism. So here, if you get more scores in N, this is bad thing. So you should get less score in N criteria, right? So before solving any psychometric test, read question carefully. See, what mistakes many of you do is that you are not reading the adjectives well in the question. I'm telling again, if you'll not read the adjectives well in the question, you will make a mistake and your scores will revolve, right? Your scores will rotate. करना कुछ था, कर दोगे कुछ यहाँ पे. तो adjectives, whatever will appear in the question, read that adjectives and that the frequency of those adjectives very well. Examiner will try to frame same question in a different way, right? He will try to frame same question in 5 ways so that they want to have your honest suggestion. So ऐसा नहीं है कि if you solve one question you forget about that question. उस question को थोड़ा सा दिमाग में try to maintain that question in your mind for some time, so that if the examiner asks same question in different form, you are able to what? Answer the same answer with consistency and honesty. This is one thing. So this is very important again, right? Do not forget the question after marking the answer, so that if he frames again this question in a different matter, you should stick to your answer. You should not change your answer, right? Do not give extreme answers. See, in some cases, we will discuss this one. In some cases, it's okay to give strongly agree or strongly disagree. But in most cases, do not try to opt for strongly agree and strongly disagree. It is based on the type of question, but mostly try to either opt for agree or disagree, right? In some situations only, you will be going for strongly agree or strongly disagree. So mostly they will be judging you, as I told you, in RBI based psychometric test was there. They tried to judge you on your multitasking ability. There are a number of questions they are repeating, that are you able to do multitasking or not? So this they have asked in NABARD. So honesty, as I said you, same type of question they will be repeating in different way. So honesty and integrity will be checked. Your persistence, your working, your loyalty, your self-motivation will be checked through this psychometric test, right? Another thing, whatever chart you will be preparing, see what has happened in RBI, the chart what they received with some candidates, they tried to check the chart, right? They tried to check the chart that whatever psychometric test you have given, right? It's up to your real nature or not. They have tried to check. But for most of the students, they haven't done this. Whatever you have scored, you have scored. They have not tried to cross-check you in the interview. But for some persons, if the score were not in a natural way, they have tried to check, right? For very few people, but most of the people, as I've talked, they have never tried to cross-check you, whatever scores you got in the psychometric test. So be very clear with this. Do not have fear that whatever score I will get, they will again cross-check. I think very less chances of that. Now we'll move on to the main thing, how to attempt the question. See, mostly you'll be getting two types of questions, right? True and false, right? Some third criteria, you can get some ethics-based case study questions also appeared in RBI. So those will be very easy. You don't have to study anything for that. Whatever it's natural for you, that is there. Those are very easy to mark. But mostly you will be struck up in this type of question. True and false will be very easy. But this type of question that is based on the Likert scale, that is strongly agree, disagree, neutral. This is somewhat tricky in some situations. In some situations, it's very tough to decode. So see, there are 5 situations, right? Neutral, strongly disagree, then you disagree, there is strongly agree, and you agree. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like 5 scales in the Likert chart or Likert scale. So we will start with the middle one, neutral. When to go for the neutral, right? When to opt for the neutral, right? When you honestly and genuinely cannot agree or disagree. When you will see, apne mein socho, try to think within yourself. When you will say it as neutral, right? You will say neutral when you cannot go either this direction or you cannot go either this direction. Then only you will be neutral, right? So let's discuss this with the help of a question. A busy lifestyle at home suggests I will lead a busy lifestyle at work, right? So first statement is saying busy lifestyle at home, right? You have a busy lifestyle at home. So that means that in workplace also you'll be busy, right? It may be or it may not be, right? So in such situations, right? In some day it may be in the office, in some day it may not be in the office. So for such situations, go for the neutral. It's just an example. The examiner see that if you're unable to choose the options, ye bhi sahi ho sakta hai, ye bhi sahi ho sakta hai, right? So go for in that instances, go for neutral. We will discuss more questions, right? When to choose the extreme negative. When to choose the extreme negative. See, I told you, do not try to choose the extremes in many cases, but where to choose, that we will discuss. See, read this line very carefully. I am never the leader amongst a group of people. I am never the leader amongst a group of people. Now, please tell me in the comment box why I am choosing extreme negative here. I am never the leader amongst a group of people. Very good. Saurav has identified, right? It says I am never. So kabhi na kabhi to aap hoge, right? You will be sometime. It cannot be never. So statement in itself is extreme. So very carefully look out for such sentence which are extreme in nature. So it itself says that I am never. So as a ho hi nahi sakta, it is not possible. So in such instances, when the statement itself is very intense, right? So in that case, go for strongly agree or strongly disagree. So here it is extreme negative. You should strongly disagree. Agar aap yahan pe agree kar jaoge ya disagree, if you do disagree here, that means you are giving some hint to the persons looking out your chart that yes, you sometimes do this, right? So do not go for such extreme situations, disagree. It should be strongly disagree that, yeah, it is the not character of mine. When to choose partial positive? When to choose partial positive? I make an effort to get to know everyone I work with. Now read the sentence carefully once again, all of you. I make an effort to get to know everyone I work with. what you will opt for. What you will opt for. Read the sentence. Please, all of you, read the sentence and tell what you will opt here. I make an effort to get to know everyone I work with. Very good. Harsh says. Because here it is saying everyone. So is it possible for any manager? Is it possible for any manager to know everyone, right? Everyone who or she is coming, it's not possible. Then you will not be able. You are not a right politician. So you are a manager, right? You have to complete your work, right? Whatever has been assigned to you. So it's not possible. So you should disagree. When to choose a partial positive. So I make an effort. It is saying disagree. So it's not. You should agree that if this many number of people comes to your office, that you will try to at least see that out of 10, you 6 people, you try to know so that you can take a right decision. So it should be agree. Those who are saying disagree, I'm not understanding. I make an effort to get to know everyone I work with. You should agree in this. Why you should disagree in this? Right? So you are not saying strongly agree. Strongly agree means आप पूरा effort लगाते हो हर किसी की ओर. No. So you should go for agree here. I make an effort. Yes, I make an effort, but not for all people. जितना जरूरी है as a manager for the organization, I try to do. Next question. When to choose a partial negative statement? Read statement again and tell me the right answer. I am reluctant to get involved with other people's welfare. I am reluctant to get involved with others people's welfare. Now see, many people, 99% or some for 1% people, see some this type of word will appear. Many people will not be knowing the meaning of this word, but I think 99% will know. But many such words may appear जहां आपको समझ में ही नहीं आएगा कि what the question is asking. Probably it can happen for 2-3 questions. So just leave that question. If you're not understanding some question, leave that question. Do not mark anything. Okay? So here it is, I am reluctant. See, word is reluctant to get involved with the other people's welfare. So this is a positive thing, that if somebody is in some pain, right? So somebody you want to do good for the other thing. You want to do something good for your colleagues, right? So I am reluctant. So strongly, right? You should strongly disagree. Neil is saying strongly. Shriyanshi is saying strongly disagree, right? So here it is saying I am reluctant, right? What does this word reluctant means? First tell me. What does this word reluctant tells? Right? So I'm not encouraged to get involved with the others people welfare, right? So you should disagree with this. If you're going for strongly disagree, it's okay. But as per me here, you should go for disagree, right? When to choose extreme positive? I can work anywhere in India. I can work anywhere in India. So this you should always fill as what? You should strongly what? Agree. Because this is one of the norms of the NABARD. When you will fill the DAF, you should show your right willingness to work anywhere in India. So you should strongly agree for these questions. Okay, these were few examples. Now give me the answer of these questions. Now give me the answers of this question. All of you try to participate. ठीक है, वहां पे confuse होगे नहीं तो if you do not participate. First question, all of you, here it is. Give me the answer of first question. I usually adapt my behavior so I work better with the people. I usually adapt my behavior so I work better with the people. Ajay, strongly agree. Few are strongly agree. See, here why you should not go for strongly agree, that I will explain. Sorry, where it is, yeah. Why you should not go for this situation. See, it is saying I usually adapt my behavior so I work better with the, usually means what? Normally? Usually का मतलब normally होता है, right? So it is saying I usually adapt my behavior so I work better with the people. So if some arrogant people comes to you, if he's not listening to the better ideas, he is telling you to do some wrong things, आप तब भी adapt करोगे खुद को, then also you'll adapt yourself. If he is arrogant, if he is wrong in the things, will you adapt yourself to make his sayings right? Will you do that? Those who are saying strongly agree, tell me. Right, Ajay? So got your answer why it will not be strongly agree? समझ में आ रहा है everybody? Why it should not be strongly agree? Why you should go for agree? Yes, आप करोगे जहां भी जरूरत होगी, wherever it's required you will go for that, but you will not go for where it is wrong. So it should not be strongly agree, it should be agree. Next question, coming on to question number 2. I work best if I am working in a team. I work best if I'm working in a team. Please give me the right answer, or whatever you feel like, please tell me. Neutral, agree, I'm getting. See here, I think the best thing, see, दो चीजें हो सकती हैं यहाँ पे, two things can be there. You are working, I told you, always remember that you will be inducted as manager in NABARD. ये कभी दिमाग से उतारना मत, right? Always try to remember that you will be working as a manager in NABARD. So if you are working as a manager in NABARD, then in that situation, what will happen? As a manager, you have to develop your team in most of the cases, right? Most of the cases. But in certain instances, you will be working as DDM also. But in certain instances, you will be working as DDM also, right? So in that situation, you have to take many decisions alone also. You have to work alone also, right? Every time, team के साथ आपको काम करना नहीं है, right? So either you will be working in this way or either you will be working in this way. So best answer for this will be agree. I work best if I am working in a team. Yes, I accept this, but I can work alone also. What? I accept this, but I can work alone also. So I should not go for strongly agree. आपको जब प्रभार दे दिया जाएगा, if you will be given some responsibility to work alone, इसका मतलब आप कर ही नहीं पाओगे फिर अकेले काम. So this is absolutely wrong here. Do not go for this. Go for agree here. Neutral तो फिर कैसे होगा? Neutral यहाँ पे नहीं है. Either this way, this way. See, it is not the situation of either this way or this way. It is the situation of both the things positive, but एक positive बहुत ज्यादा है, that is teamwork. एक positive थोड़ा कम है. Negative की ओर हम यहाँ पे जा ही नहीं रहे. So it should not be neutral location due to that. It is not negative positive scenario. It is a positive scenario, but एक ज्यादा positive है, एक थोड़ा सा कम positive है. Question number 3. Please give the answer of question. I consider myself an unselfish person. I consider myself an unselfish person. अच्छे से try to read the statement carefully that I said. Adjectives को अच्छे से पढ़ो. What is the adjective used here? I consider myself an unselfish person. ठीक है? So here, that is unselfishness आ गया. अगर आप थोड़ा सा भी इसमें agreement दिखाओगे, that means you are selfish also. That you are selfish also. So for social organization like NABARD, you should not be थोड़ा भी selfish नहीं होना. You should always be completely unselfish. Neutral कैसे होगा? How it can be neutral, Ankita? You should be completely unselfish for NABARD. You have to work for the society. So you cannot be slightly selfish. So you should strongly here agree. Strongly agree. यहीं पे selfish हो जाता तो strongly disagree हो जाता है. The word is unselfish. Right? So what you will go for? You will go for strongly agree. You are working for the society, so you have to be completely unselfish here. As per me, Harsh, if you want to go for any other thing, you can go, right? As per me, my understanding, it should be strongly agree. See, it cannot be perfect answer. If you want to mark anything, you can mark, but as per my understanding, my experience, it should be strongly agree only. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, चलो इसको भी हर्ष आप ध्यान से पढ़िएगा. हर्ष, ट्राई टू रीड दिस वेरी केयरफुली एंड यू शुड गिव द राइट आंसर. You can't judge a book by its cover. You can't judge a book by its cover. Think, थोड़ा सा सोच रहा इसमें. Try to think a little bit. ये कोट है, this is a popular quote. Popular quote हमेशा सही नहीं होता. You can try to apply this in real life. You can't judge a book by its cover. You can't judge a book by its cover. Practically बताओ, honestly बताओ. They are checking your honesty also here. They are checking your honesty also here in life. Don't you judge. Don't you judge. So many are saying neutral. ठीक है, I can take this answer. I can take neutral, and those who are saying agree, I will accept both the answers. Both are okay. Neutral or agree, both are okay. ठीक है, because in some cases you are judging, some cases you are not judging, right? So थोड़ा सा agree भी हम होते हैं तो it will work. It is okay. Now next question, question number 5. Everyone should be treated equally. Question number 5. Please tell the right answer for this. Everyone should be treated equally. See, this is very important thing. Common sense. In the organization, once you are working in the organization as manager के तौर पे सोचो. Try to think as a manager, everybody should be treated equally. Either he is a marginal farmer, either he is a progressive farmer. ठीक है? So everybody should be treated equally. You can go for strongly agree. अगर agree भी जाते हो तो rest of the questions you have to align in this direction only. But I think here it should be strongly agree. Agree भी right है, strongly agree is also right. We live in an unfair world. Question number 6. We live in an unfair world. What do you feel with your practical experience? Tell me. With your practical experience, it is time to show your honesty, right? It is time to show your honesty, right? Yes, we live in an unfair world. So, थोड़ा सा agree. Neutral तो कभी होगा नहीं. You should agree over here. You should agree over here. ठीक है. Most of the things are going well, but in some cases, in some situations, you are visualizing some unfairness also. यहाँ पे strongly agree क्यों नहीं करेंगे, right? We'll go for strongly agree. So you are taking multiple things in negative way. So your N score will increase. Your N score will increase over here. So you should go for agree here. ठीक है. It will show your honesty, but इस पे नहीं जा सकते because your N score will increase. Next question number 7. I am reserved and shy. I am reserved and shy. भाई देखो, try to listen. Many of you may be reserved and shy. Many of you may be reserved and shy. But ठीक है, थोड़ा सा दिमाग भी लगाना है. Everywhere you should not give your very honest opinion of yours. इस तरह के क्वेश्चन में honest opinion चलेगा जो आप सोसाइटी को रिफ्लेक्ट कर रहे हो, बट अपने बारे में do not try to bring out the negative thing of yours. Here you are talking about the negative things of the overall society because you understand the negativity, तभी उसको आप सुधार सकते हो पॉजिटिव में. But here it is related to negativity of yours. तो ऐसे सिचुएशन में कभी भी एग्री पे मत जाओ. You are understanding the difference between 6 and 7, what I want to tell. Negativity of the society, negativity of yours. So whenever the negativity of yours comes, do not try to show them in any way. Do not try to show them in any way. यहाँ पे honesty आपको नहीं दिखानी. Do not try to show honesty over here. Try to show or reflect the honesty over here. समझ में आ गया? Everybody understood this point? 6 and 7. ठीक है? Fine. So this is done. So I am reserved and shy. So here you will go for strongly disagree. Now, okay. Next question number 8. I like to follow the crowd. I like to follow the crowd. Whenever such type of questions will be there, na, they will cross check you. They will cross check you. They will give you some other questions with I am innovative, right? I like new ideas, like that they will give you. तो यहाँ पे जैसे आप select करोगे, यहाँ भी वैसे ही आपको select करना है. In that only way you have to select this. So I like to follow the crowd. So यहाँ पे you have to strongly disagree with the thing. If you like, if you're innovative, if you like the new ideas, if you help to develop new ideas, right, generate new ideas, then you should strongly disagree. You are not right, you do not follow the crowd. That is called as herd mentality. You do not have herd mentality. जो सब कर रहे हैं वही मुझे नहीं करना, right? So like that you can proceed. Next question. It is important to feel like you are part of something big and exciting. It is important to feel like you are part of something big and exciting. Again, trio. इन 3 चीजों को दिमाग से नहीं निकालना है. Try to think like that. किसके बारे में ये बात कही जा रही है यहाँ पे? For what I am saying this statement. अगर ऐसा statement आया तो for what this statement is being made? This is being made for NABARD. अब NABARD के बारे में ये statement है. It is important to feel like you are part of something big. Means NABARD बड़ा है, exciting है. Yes, definitely है. ठीक है. So you should strongly agree. यहाँ पे negative आ जाओगे तो और agree आ जाओगे तो means you do not feel like NABARD is big, right? You're demeaning the organization. So here you will be taking as strongly agree. Question number 10. I am always realistic, even that means being negative. Read carefully. I am always realistic, even if that means being negative. Question number 10. Strongly agree and agree. One line, if you have heard, you people have heard, if for something good you have to tell lie, then you can lie. If for something good you have to tell lie, you can lie, right? कुछ अच्छे के लिए कुछ झूठ बोलना पड़े तो that is okay. वही line है ये. That line only it is. Question number 10. Right? So right answer for this will be you should disagree. You should not strongly disagree. Yeah, कभी-कभी अगर ऐसा रहा कुछ करना पड़ा, right? If you have to do anything, right? गलत कुछ छोटा सा करना पड़ा, right? But for betterment of the society, for betterment of the people, you should what? Do that. So disagree will be right. It should not be strongly disagree. कभी-कभी करना पड़ा तो you will do. Next, question number 11. I would do overtime in order to get closer to my goals. I would do overtime in order to get closer to my goals. In such situations, it shows your competency. In such questions, as a manager, it shows your competency. जहां भी अपने positivity को दिखाने का मौका मिले तो वहां क्या करोगे? वहां सबसे ज्यादा दिखाओगे. That is strongly agree. You should strongly agree because you will be in a managerial roles. करना पड़े, I will do, right? That should be there. Last question. I often do before I think. बताइए. I often do before I think. Strongly disagree. See, you should always think before you should do. इसलिए मैं बोला स्टेटमेंट को ध्यान से पढ़ना. You should always think. पहले सोचोगे फिर तो काम करोगे. पहले काम करोगे फिर सोचोगे. Right? So this is absolutely wrong. So you should disagree with that, but you sometimes do that. So those who are saying disagree, that is also right. Those who are saying strongly disagree, that is also right. But practically, if you see, disagree is the better situation. Both are right, but practically disagree is the better situation. Now, upon as per our discussion, जो भी आपने समझा चीजों को, right? Try to attempt this test once again. If you've given this test, try to click this link and try to appear for this test once again to see that you have improved your scores or not. ठीक है, उस पे आप काम करोगे. ठीक है, try to click this link. I will share this PDF just after the class. And lastly, after everything, try to solve all this question. I think this from here you will get many repeated questions. ये जो practice questions है, I have taken from that website only what they have shared for the RBI. ठीक है. So many where you will find some marks, do not get lured by those marked answers. Mark as per our understanding what we have developed right now. So you can get many questions from this practice set what I have given. Okay, so solve this. Total 111 questions are there in this. Total solve it as per our discussion, and I think definitely it will help you to increase your psychometric percentages in different positive criteria and decrease your percentages in the negative criteria. Okay, so thank you all of you. So we will again assemble tomorrow for the DAF, how you should or what things you should highlight in your DAF. We will appear tomorrow. So good night all of you. Take care, have your dinner, and I will share this PDF to all of you. Bye bye, take care.